Welcome to this meditation on releasing the energy of 2023. Tonight, you're going to release the energy of 2023 to clear the way for the new year. It's not ideal to bring old energy into any space, but especially the energy of 2023, if there were issues or just dirty energy. We don't want to drag that into the year ahead. So we'll go ahead and clear as much as we can tonight. And in January's meditation, we'll set the energy for what you want to bring in for 2024. The way you're going to do this tonight is you're going to look at energy two ways to clear. The first way will be in releasing the energy of each month. So when we get into the meditation, you're are going to look or create the visual of a large, like a large desktop calendar, like the old calendars. I don't know if anybody uses them anymore, but they had the big white squares. You're on a desk and you rip off a page at the end of every month to start the new month. So we're going to be doing some energy work and clearing each month, starting back at January. You may have less to clear or less to see in January as you move forward closer to December, and you'll clear off as much as you can already into this month. You may even have energies that are already still sitting in December 2023, even though the full month hasn't happened. So I'll walk you through all the steps, of course. And then the second part is you're going to, after we're done with the calendars, I'll walk you through creating the symbol of a clear rose on your screen. And you're going to look for any residual energy that is held in 2023. And I'll call out a few energy vibrations to look for in that rose. But as you know, I'll walk you through all the steps and we'll begin by getting grounded. So take a couple of deep breaths and close your eyes. Relax and settle into the space where you're sitting. And as you're settling in, kind of sense your energy and where you are. Tune into where your aura is. So if your aura is ideally 2 feet around you on all sides, how far out is your aura? If you're sitting in your house, it could be as far out as the walls of the room you're in. But it may even be farther out, especially if you have a lot of energy projected in the future. So just see if you can like scoop it in or postulate that you're pulling it in. So it's around 2 feet on all sides. That means it'll be 2 feet. Your aura sits 2 feet under your feet, 2 feet above your head, and 2 feet hopefully evenly around you on all sides. So go ahead and bring your energy back in around you. And if you have a current grounding cord, release it, let it retract into the center of the planet. And create a new one in present time. And a grounding cord is a way to connect your root chakra into the planet. So it's really connecting your body, but it's in the area of the root chakra. I say the base of the spine. It's really the perineum that's between your private parts. But anywhere in that area is fine, because once you create this connection of a hollow tube at, say, the base of your spine or your perineum, and it goes down through the floor beneath you and through the layers of the planet, and where it plugs into the crystalline core, you're going to expand it out anyway. So if you don't have it in the exact right spot, don't worry. Once you have that connection into the center of the planet, postulate that you can expand that grounding cord out to encompass your hips. For those of you who do more energy work, and you can expand it out to the edge of your aura and tuck your aura in. Let's tuck your aura into your grounding cord. And whenever you make a grounding cord, it works with gravity to help pull energies that you're choosing to release out of your space, or anything you attach a grounding cord to, which we will be doing later on in the healing. So it's not a no effort space. You just have the thought of what you're releasing and allow gravity to do the work. To begin, let's just do a quick flush of some energies that may be in your space. So with that grounding cord attached, tune into your body and what do you need to release? Maybe the busyness of your day. Tune into where you're holding on to that busyness. It could just even be floating out in your aura. Have the thought that the grounding cord can pull it out of your space all the way down through the grounding cord into the center of the planet where that energy gets recycled. Release stress. I like to start at the top of my head when I'm releasing stress. Again, we all hold it in different places. So if you know where you hold stress, you can go right to that point, or just start at the top of your head and let it fall like grains of sand out of your body with the help of gravity, and then down the grounding cord. And one thing I've noticed in a lot of my client sessions lately is a lot of people are in fear pictures. There's fear and anxiety. So tune into your body. And if you're holding on to fear or anxiety, tune in to your body. You might feel it, you might see it, you might just sense it, release it down the grounding cord. Fear and anxiety will keep you out of present time. And the reason we ground is to bring our bodies back into present time as well as clear. And once you release, you need to replenish. I know I'm going a little bit fast, but we have a lot to cover tonight. So you can go back and listen to this again, press pause if you need more time to clear or collect your energy, or work on a certain space we're going to be working on in a bit. So I'll just keep this meditation moving. So in order to replenish your energy, so you won't be out of balance, you released. The second part of that is creating the visual of a large, warm, golden sun above your head. And this is the tool you're going to use to collect up your energy from wherever you left it. We leave energy everywhere we go, even in communication. So postulate or have the thought that you can pull your energy back into the sun out of places and spaces and communication and with other people. Postulate it or have the thought that it goes into the sun above your head. Only your energy will come back to you. And if you haven't done this in a while, you may need more than one golden sun, because it can take a bit if you don't do this every day to call all your energy back. When you have your energy in that sun, have the thought that you can bring that sun in through the top of your head, and that gold starts to flow into your toes, flow through your legs. So you're filling yourself up from feet down. You can go top down, but I like to fill myself in from my feet, making sure I'm saturating every cell and every organ in my body, making sure that that gold fills into my fingertips to the top of my head. So your head, excuse me. That's the basic grounding that everybody would be better off if they did at least once a day. Okay, we'll keep moving forward here to look at anything that you want to heal clairvoyantly. And all of you have been on the call, my meditations before, so you know the drill. But in case somebody's new or listens to this later, a brief explanation of how to look at energy clairvoyantly. In order to look at energy, you need a space to view it. So you can create something called a reading or viewing screen. So about a foot in front of your head with your eyes closed. Create the symbol of a white blank screen. It's about a foot tall and a foot wide. If it's white, it'll be easier to see images. It's like your very private movie screen. And that's what you'll be using in a moment here to look at energy and to be able to heal it. In order to keep that screen in place, make sure you attach a hollow tube or a grounding cord to the base of that screen, down through the layers of the planet into the crystalline core. And we'll go ahead and get started on the meditation. So we're going to, as I mentioned in the beginning, start to look at a desktop calendar. So on your screen, create the visual of your 2023 desktop calendar. Make it look however you'd like it to look. It could have black lettering with the squares. It could look like anything, any kind of calendar that you want it to look like. At the top of the calendar, it will start with January 2023. All right. And as you look at the square or the page for 2023, I want you to ask the calendar, because you can talk to symbols, ask the calendar to show you any energy that needs to be released out of that month. So back all the way back in January. So have the thought as you look at the calendar, let textures and colors evolve in that space. Look where it is. Is there a lump of energy on certain dates, on a part of the calendar? And it doesn't even have to be in specific dates. It could just be an overall theme. Maybe there was a lot of unconscious energy. It could be anything. I don't know what it'll be for you because all of you are individuals. So whatever you see as a texture and color that's still held in January, with the help of a grounding cord, which I probably forgot to tell you to do, ground that calendar into the planet. My apologies. You have a grounding cord on the screen and a grounding cord on the calendar. Allow gravity to pull the energies out of that calendar, out of January, into the center of the planet. So I'll give you about a minute to look at January and release what you see. And if something big happened in January, you can ask to be shown where, if any energy is still held around that event, and release that specific event out. Don't have to know exactly what it is you're looking at or releasing. If you do, that's great. That's great information. But if you don't, it's enough just to release textures or colors. And if you're not sure what it is, just have the thought that if any foreign energy is still in January of 2023, that it can be pulled off the calendar page and sent into the center of the planet down that grounding cord. Okay, when you're done with January, postulate that, or have the thought that you can rip that January page off, create a gold rose to the right of that calendar, and have the thought that you can put that January page into that big gold rose to the right of your calendar. We'll blow up all the dates at the end. That's just going to be a place we're going to put those pages for now. So creating a rose to the right of the calendar, put that January page into the rose. So the next page you're going to be looking at is February. The calendar is still grounded. Take a look or ask to be shown any energies that are still held in February of 2023 that need to be released. Probably be moving a little faster than a minute per month. Go ahead and finish up clearing off February. You know, something you could do too is if there's energy that you can't seem to release off of that month, you can always take a visual of a sticky gold rose. It has stick to it like a lint brush. So if there's energies or you're just not able to release it and you see stuff on that month, imagine that you're holding in your intuitive or psychic hand a sticky gold rose and run it across the front of the calendar, mopping up any other energies that you can't clear off that page. Postulate you hold that rose to the side away from the calendar and then just blow up the rose. So that's a pretty quick way to clear energies out of a space. Okay, tear the sheet for February off, move it into the rows to the right of the calendar. Now you're looking at March of 2023 and what is held in March of 2023 that you need to say goodbye to and down the grounding cord. Use that sticky gold rose if that helps. Okay. Tear that sheet off for March, put it in the rows. And now we'll be looking at April of 2023. What's showing up for that month that you are ready to release and not drag forward into 2024? Ask the calendar to show you where the energy is held or what needs to be released. Look for those textures and colors. They'll probably show up as blobs. It'll probably show up as things that you don't like, colors you don't have an affinity for, or just lower vibrational colors and textures, lumps and bumps. Okay, finish up April. And tear that sheet for April off, put it in the rows. Now you're looking at May. Talk to the calendar, get communication, any communication you need that will help you release energy. Okay, tear the page off, put it in the rows. We're at June of 2023. Keep grounding the energy off of the calendar, off of that page. As we move closer to present time, the calendar may be more charged just because the energy is more recent. So if you start to see more energies closer we get to December, don't be surprised. Take a sticky gold rose if you need to clear up any other energy. You can wrap up. I think we're on June. Okay, rip off that page, put it in a rose. We're going to July of 2023, and I'm hoping I didn't miss a month, but we're at July. Okay, rip off the page for July, put that in the rose. We're at August 2023. What's showing up in that month that needs to be cleared? Finish up August. Rip off that page, put it in the rose. Now we're at September 2023. So as we're getting closer to present time, I see a lot more, we'll say, busyness on people's calendars. So I'm just looking at a lot of energy on all of your calendars. If I'm going too fast, you pretty easy to go back and do this yourself or listen to the recording if you need to. All right, finish up September. Now rip that page off, put it in the rose. We're at October of 2023. Finish up October. You know, it's interesting, if you do go back and look at or listen to this or go back to look at your calendar, something I'm seeing just right now is make sure you get into the corners of the calendar. As I'm watching you release energy, and you can always take a sticky gold rose, but in like the four corners, I'm seeing some residual energy kind of hiding out, or just overlooked. So it's kind of like debris that's in a corner of a room that you don't really see. If you go back and do this, just take another swipe or sticky gold rose to make sure everything's cleaned off. Okay, and then we'll go into November. So rip the sheet for October off, put it in the rose. Look at the calendar for November 2023. Okay, finish up November. And rip that page off, put it in the rows. And now we're at December 2023. We're only 6 days in, but that doesn't mean that you just look at the first 6 days. There could be a lot of energy already sitting out in through the end of December. So just have the thought, if there's any other energies from, December 1st through December 31st that can be cleared, go ahead and take a look and release it or use your rows. And one thing I'm seeing is a lot of energy. I don't know, again, it's anxiety. It could be the holidays or people getting together with family. So be sure to ground out whatever you're seeing on the calendar. Okay, finish up December. Rip off that final page, put it in the rows. Why don't you, let me see. Well, uh, go ahead and create a golden sun above that rose just to kind of neutralize some of that energy. So on that, the calendar's complete, so it's not there anymore. Focus on the rose, the gold rose with all the pages off the calendar. Create a sun above that rose, fill it in with gold, and then you're going to explode the rose. Okay. And now on your screen, create the symbol of a clear rose with the grounding cord at the base of the rose into the planet. And as you're creating that clear rose in the center of your screen, have the thought that it holds any other residual energy from 2023 that you're wanting to clear. And I'll call out a few energies. You can go back and do this again if there's more for you to clear. So get an overall look at that clear rose. Is it full of textures and colors, lower vibrational energies? It could stay clear. Maybe you did a great clearing, or it could be a really beautiful color. But if it's kind of full of darker textures and colors, then there's more to release. I'll call out about 5 energies to look for. Release any unconscious energy out of this rose. Again, you're going to say hello to the rose, ask for any unconscious energy or any energies that you're just seeing in that space anyway. So there's the overall flush of what's showing up, and then specifically any unconscious energy that's still sitting in 2023, release it down the grounding cord on the rose. If you're holding on to any resentments from 2023, go ahead and release that down the grounding cord on the rose. So when you look for resentments, does that light the rose up? Is there a lot of energy or is there none? Whatever you're feeling or seeing in that rose, release it. Release any unfinished communication that needs to be wrapped up from 2023. That could be even in the next energy, which is unfinished project. So is there unfinished communication between people or unfinished communication in unfinished projects or finished completed projects that you never pulled your energy back out of? Look for energy of judgments. Those could be judgments that you made about people or situations or judgments that are in your space. Remember, judgments are, you can whack people, throw energy at people by just making a simple judgment, and that builds karma. So we really don't want to do that. So any judgments that you've made that are still in 2023, or judgments that were made against you, go ahead and ask to be shown that in the rose and release it. Release demands. So look for if there are still demands on you in your 2023 vibration and release it. Again, I'm sorry I'm going so quickly, but we're running out of time here. So the last couple, one is look for any old emotions that need to be released. And then disappointments. There are disappointments that, that maybe were even attached to some expectations. So release whatever you see. And take a quick look at if there's anything else I didn't mention that you want to look for right now in this space. Go ahead and look in that rose for any other specific energies that you need to work on and releasing. There could be a whole slew of things that I didn't mention. I mean, there could be life-changing events, traumas, work issues, relationship issues. It could be anything. So, you don't even have to go through and do all the pages of the calendar. You could just certainly go back, get grounded, and look at a rose, clear rose for any other energy you need to release out of 2023, and then put your specific energies in that, like looking for a specific event, and then heal that rose. And then the last part of healing that rose is filling that rose in with a golden sun to raise the vibration. So above that rose, that clear rose on your screen, don't know if it's clear now, it could still be full of foreign energy, but right now we'll go ahead and create the visual of a sun above that rose. The golden sun you're going to bring in through the top of that rose and fill it in completely, saturating that rose down the stem into the planet, up through all the petals. And then move that rose into a gold bubble and pop the bubble to explode to disperse the energy, excuse me. So now you're done working on your screen. I want you to focus back on yourself, and with your eyes closed, create a very, very large golden sun above your head. And in the sun, I want you to postulate or have the thought or the intention that you can collect your energy back from January 2023, because your life force energy will get stuck in events and time frames. You want to bring that back into the sun so that you'll eventually bring it in your body. And that's your life force energy that you have left out, that you left out of your space, that you don't have access to create with. So in the sun, have the thought that all the months of the year, your energy, anything that got released in this exercise, in this healing energy, any energy that got loosened up can flow back into that sun above your head. And you might be amazed at how much energy is coming back. You might be getting a lot of freedom back, a lot of clarity, a lot of vitality. You might hear vibrations that are coming back to you. And you may need more than one golden sun. So when we're done, you can collect up more energy if you like. Use as many golden suns as you have to collect up your energy. The sun that's above your head now, bring it in through the top of your head and fill yourself in completely, and take the time to saturate all your cells and organs from the tips of your toes to your fingertips to the top of your head. And then create one more golden sun above your head. And this is the sun you get to set the energy at, your energy at for the rest of the month. So have some thoughts of some energies you want to vibrate at for the rest of December. Maybe you have a busy December, so it could be productivity or vitality. Maybe you want to set it at love and joy for the holidays. If you're going to be with family and that can be difficult, then that it might be full of ease and flow and grace, clear communication. So fill that sun up above your head with all sorts of wonderful energies. And when you're ready, bring that sun in through the top of your head. Again, one more time, saturate yourself completely. And when you're ready, take a couple of deep breaths, open your eyes, and come out of trance. Thank you for being here. I wish you a great rest of December, and I'll see you all in the new year. Good night.